Just weeks shy of his 50th birthday,
Well, I do my walk around.
Antonio Mosley is moving forward.
I'm blessed.
But as hard as the small business owner works to put his past in the rear view,
Say you trying to save your money up.
he just can't shed the heavy load he's hauling.
You gotta realize this 1993,
All tied to some wrong turns
they found some cocaine.
he made as a teenager.
Yes, I own that. Did my time for it.
Following guilty pleas for drug crimes and an assault with a deadly weapon charge, Mosley went to the penitentiary. Over the next 2 decades, he'd spend 17 years in all behind bars.
Losing your loved ones, your kids growing up without you, that's the hardest.
Yet today, he's still serving a civil sentence.
Now you're being punished twice.
The North Carolina Department of Revenue taxed him for the drugs police found on him all those years ago, charging $18,000 in taxes, penalties, and interest. And he still owes most of that money today.
I don't think it's fair.
The little-known North Carolina law that allows this went into effect in the late 1980s during the war on drugs, requiring people who possess drugs to pay taxes through the purchase of special tax stamps. The state isn't allowed to alert police if someone buys stamps, but as you'd imagine, hardly anyone does. So North Carolina levies taxes on the back end. Public records show the state's collected more than $100 million in unauthorized substance taxes since 2010. Some of that goes to the state's general fund, but the police departments that found the drugs get to keep most of the money and then use it how they see fit.
It does benefit our programs for drug enforcement and all other areas of law enforcement as well.
This is a huge burden.
Kenny Robinson doesn't see any benefit.
This is very, very common, specifically in black neighborhoods that were over-policed.
Not only does he run Freedom Fighting Missionaries, an organization that helps house and support the formerly incarcerated,
I was pulled over and had marijuana and some cocaine on me, and I was charged for it. Eventually, it was dismissed.
he's also paid the price himself.
It was about $200 worth of drugs that ended up being about $1,700 worth of taxes that they levied out of my income from my employer.
Robinson says the state blindsided him with the tax 15 years later, garnishing his wages after his release from prison on an unrelated case.
It's just another one of the things that we have to go through trying to better yourself.
That's part of the reason why the North Carolina Justice Center wants the state to follow the lead of others and abolish the tax altogether. The organization, which advocates for economic and social justice, believes North Carolina should also forgive all drug tax debt.
When you come home, if you had kids before, you got back child support, now you got drug taxes. It can be kind of hard on a person coming back trying to re-enter society. That's me.
In the years since he walked out of prison, Antonio Mosley's overcome a lot.
Believe it or not, I wanted to be a dentist.
The boy with big dreams has grown into a man who's grateful to be alive.
I wake up every morning thanking God.
With the help of his family, he's gone from sleeping in a car homeless to sitting in the cab of a truck, running his own business.
They better working in the suitcase in prison.
Trying to make the most of his second chance.
Then it comes back to haunt you.
He says the government's garnished some of his wages, but as it stands, the mistakes Mosley made when he had hardly any miles on his tires continue costing him.
Everybody's had a little empathy.
A roadblock, keeping him from moving on down the road. Nate Morabito, WCNC Charlotte.